everyone, and welcome back to the vlog. Now when this episode gets released, our channel will be officially 1 year old, and I thought what better place to come than back to where it all started, deep in the heart of Cairngorms National Park. So I come across my first image, and I don't know whether it's going to be a spectacular scene, but I've walked past this pine quite a few times when I've come into the Cairngorms, and it really is a stunning old specimen. But you can see that the weather has absolutely battered it, and we've got branches and limbs hanging off all over the place. And you'll also notice this huge branch above my head has got a great big split in it, so this branch isn't going to be here for much longer. We've got this scattering of old gnarly branches which are surrounding it, so this image is going to either be incredibly messy or it's going to actually really conjure up the scene that I'm trying to sort of show here, with this old tree deep in the forest that is really just starting to break apart and really sort of go back to nature almost. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and include as much of these branches as I can, especially this one that falls down behind me here, which has lost the bark and has got that beautiful sort of light tan color to it and really capturing the light. And but also we've got this sort of frame, if you like, at the center of the actual tree, which I might focus on and perhaps take another shot on the long lens, really just to give that tunnel view through here and perhaps capture more some of that texture in the bark. But anyway, we'll take a few shots and I'll show you what I'm looking at on the back of the camera. So you can see on the back of the camera we've got this beautiful main tree on my right hand side with these branches sweeping over to the left. I've got to be a bit careful because the sky is completely blown out. There is no detail in that sky whatsoever, so I've really minimalized the amount of sky that's actually showing there. And then we've got this old branch which comes down the back. I've got a breakthrough polarizer filter on just to cut back some of the glare in the leaves, and also off of that branch which is sweeping down, which doesn't have any bark on it. That's really because it's been fairly wet overnight, we're getting quite a lot of reflection off there. And then you can see we've got this carpet of old branches which have obviously fallen off over the years and are just laid in front of our image here, just giving us a little bit of foreground interest. There's some nice light coming through the right hand side here, but got to be a little bit careful that it doesn't distract too much from the main image. So anyway, I'm going to take a couple of shots, and well, here's the image. So my second shot, I've put on the 70 to 200mm lens, and you can see we've got this beautiful circle of light where these branches are forming this lovely area, and we've got this light busting through the background. I'm not too worried about whether that background's totally in focus, because I quite like the softness of it with that light coming through. And there's some silver birches which are just crossing over in the background there. So I've zoomed right in to capture some of this beautiful texture of this tree. if I hear a cracking noise, I'm going to be legging it that way, because I don't think that this branch is going to be up for too much longer, especially the weight of it, because it extends right out. So it's holding up a lot of weight. But anyway, and we've got this lovely bark texture which comes around this part of the tree and looking off into the distance there. So anyway, here's the shot. So it's been an incredible year working on the vlog, and it's taken us to some incredible places throughout Scotland. We've stumbled upon epic waterfalls. We've stayed late into the evening catching golden light on the west coast and been walking our way through incredible rainforests with just the most incredible scenery and diversity. And here we are back to where we started, and I'm looking forward to another year of exciting adventures throughout Scotland, and I'll hope you join us. So if you've joined us from the very beginning, or you're new to the channel, let us know which has been your favourite episode, and the places that we've been to, which are your favourites? Is it the forests? Is it the seascapes? Is it the mountains? Leave a comment below. We love hearing from you, and well, we always appreciate you following us along on our adventures. As photographers, we all have our favourite landscapes that we like to be in and that we like to photograph, and mine has to be the forests and the woodlands. I always feel at home when I come to places like this, and I always feel like I can walk away with an image that I'm happy with, not necessarily everybody else's. But one of the things that I really enjoy is finding images amongst the chaos. We've got so many trees and so much foliage and so many things going on, and actually discovering those images and those hidden scenes is what gives me real pleasure. I love it when you come across a good path and a scene that can draw your eye through the image. And just walking along this trail, and what's really nice about this path is this beautiful blanket of amber coloured pine needles which are just turning now that autumn's around the corner, and the light behind me is beautifully soft in amongst those pines. We've got a little bit of a nice feature. We've got this tree that just comes over with a little bit of greenery which just helps break it up. Other than that, the colours are actually quite subtle tones. We've got the bracken in amongst some of the golden bracken in amongst the green foliage here, and it really does just draw your eye down. So I'll show you what I'm looking at on the back of the camera. We've got this sweeping path that leads us into the woods. We've got the soft dappled light behind with those gentle pines just catching the light. We've got this autumnal golden bracken which follows the path down, and we've got this green foliage just on my tree on my left, which really does just complete the picture. It's soft, gentle autumnal tones that really add to this image and really give it a soft feel. So anyway, here's the image. So as I mentioned earlier, this is one of my favourite types of landscapes to be photographing in. But what's yours? Is it the mountains, the seascapes, waterfalls? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so I've come to my last image of the day, and it's just starting to get dark now, the rain's coming in, and it's been a lovely time out here in the forest. Do I think I come away with any award-winning shots? I don't think so, but it's just been lovely being out here photographing and being in an environment that I really enjoy. And my last shot, I've just been wandering through the pine forest here and come across this old gnarly pine that is set back deep in amongst the other pines, and you can see the branches are really starting to come down. Some are broken, the bark's coming off, and it's showing it's a real age. But what's nice about that is because the bark's coming off those branches, there's a real nice separation from the pines that are dark and sat behind there. So we've got a lovely gap in the trees just overhead, which is really letting in the light and just touching those branches. So what I've done is I've come back so that I can include some of these pines here, and I'm going to really sort of underexpose this image so that it gives a real dark feel, but with that nice light coming down onto the tree, and hopefully give a little bit of a tunnel view into it and just showing it in its surroundings. I'll show you what I'm looking back on the back of the camera. So you can see on the back of my camera, we've got this lovely old gnarly tree with the branches that have lost their bark and the light just capturing them. And then we've got these dark pines sat behind. I've included some nice tall straight trees either side, which have got a lovely green moss coming up the sides of them, which is just giving them a little bit of definition. And then this lovely foliage down below is a beautiful green colour, just punctuating the forest floor. So I'm going to take a couple of shots. As I say, with this image, I mean, I might do it in post, but I'm going to slightly underexpose this image so that it really punches out the light on those branches and give me a little bit of a tunnel view down to that tree. And yeah, anyway, it's a great way to end a beautiful day out here in the forest. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this episode of the vlog. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the like button. Thanks for watching. Thanks so much for joining me in this episode. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Here's the image.